What's up, dudes? What's up, dudes? Tom's Vet. Tonight, not today. On tonight's episode, we're going to be installing an oil cooler. And not just any oil cooler, an external oil cooler. Boom. Pretty nice, pretty nice. So I only have one 90-degree angle, and the other side's a straight edge. We'll see how that works. So I bought this kit off eBay, 160 bucks, something like that. We'll find out. See if it works. If it works, well then you know you can get yourself an external oil cooler for 150 bucks and not $900. These are a must for the Corvettes. Even if you don't track the car, I would say like if you track the car, it's definitely a must. Like there's literally parts of the year I cannot race. One, because I live in Arizona. Two, just because of how fucking hot the oil gets. Right now, racing in my last event, I think it got down. It was in like the 60s at one point, I think, and maybe 70s. And my oil temp still got the 280. And you should not be letting your oil temp get to 280. So even if this thing works half as good and I get, you know, 250s, I'm cool with that, brother. I'm cool with that. But 280s, I have to, there's points where I literally have to do cool down laps to continue my fucking session because the car's getting so hot. And that's with fucking the hood cut open. And that's also with me removing the license plate and allowing more airflow. Now the other thing is I don't have ducking, like the airflow channeling, which would make a huge difference with my cooling. So I'm going to do that, and then adding this external oil cooler, I'm going to do that as well. And then I'll manage the airflow of where it goes. And bro, my cooling, I should have no issues. I should be good. If I fix my oil cooling issue, this thing's just race car. Take turns like a beast. She got the aero, it's got the camber, she got a little bit of the motor work. She's got the cooling. I already got a DeWitt's radiator. She's gonna be ready to rock, bro. All I need is a roll cage. And then as I progress, I can get more expensive suspension parts and replace fucking other things. But if I get the oil cooling knocked out of the park, this thing runs like a dime. Step one, gotta drain some oil. Oh, wrong fucking wrench. Damn it. Only swapped the oil out like 50 times in this car. I think it's a 15 mil. No, it's a 13. You son of a biscuit. Damn, honestly, that oil looks pretty clean. That sucks. That's expensive oil. But you gotta drain it. So I gotta get the oil filter out. Bummer. Bummer, bummer. We ain't got all day to wait for that fucker to drip. Let's go grab something to wipe that. Look how big this oil pan is. I got so tired of using the tiny shit that I just went and bought a massive one. I'm gonna grab my oil filter tool. Now, if you want my best recommendation on what to use to get rid of to get the oil filters off, right here, oil filter pliers. I've used the fucking band things, like where you have the belt. I've done the whole use a wrench with a belt technique, like with a serpentine belt or something. I've used the sockets. Those just strip after like your second fucking filter. You get one of these, you just pinch the shit out of it. You get a nice hand on it. You can use it on pretty much almost every filter, even the ones that are a bitch to get to, like the C5s. And yeah, it works every time. I've spent hours getting oil filters on, and I'm sure I'm not the only one, or getting them off. And I'm sure I'm not the only one. I think I tightened mine a little bit too much too, if I'm being honest. Boom. That's it. I honestly fucking hate taking oil filters off. They make such a mess every time. Let her drain and then I'm gonna grab it. So now, I'm gonna take this thing off. I don't know if you guys can see it. But, get yourself a little 10 mil. Break it free, baby. And then your oil temp sensors on the back side of this. Honestly, I can't tell you if any oil is going to come out of this. Let's just grab some paper towels just in case. I don't have any garage wrap paper towels, so I'm just going to use my microfiber because there's way too much lint on a regular paper towel. And there's a little plug on this too. I think there's a plug on here that is completely mutilated by heat tape. So next we gotta snug these down. And if you ain't got a vise, you gotta make one. You know what I'm saying? Damn it. Oh, I just ripped my pants even more. Well, I think I need an inch. I think it's literally because I did a 15/16 for that, and the 15/6 doesn't fit this. I have an 1.25 inch. Don't fit this. An 1.25 inch is pretty big. But I do think it's just an inch. Is that like, I need an inch wrench. And I think the neighbor's asleep. I don't have the right size wrench for this hose. I had a 15/16 to torque it onto the actual unit that goes onto the car, but to tighten the lines, 15/16 ain't cutting it. So my neighbor's got a bunch of tools, and he helps me a lot with letting me borrow his tools. It's 9:30, and I text him, "Are you awake?" He's not texting me back. So with all that being said, might have to call it a night. Oh, brother. We found a 25 mil. So close. 27 mil fits it. That's the thing though, it's not metric. Wow, dude. Yeah. We're gonna have to call it a night. He's not texting me back, and I could use this. Yeah, we're just gonna wait, dudes. As you can see, I'm just fucking up this line. Alright, dudes, where we left off was, so I went to my neighbor. It's been like, I don't know, 2 or 3 days now. Finally got that tool I needed. It's an inch. It's literally just an inch. I didn't even know they made that. Check that out. Perfecto. Perfect. So considering with how this is gonna go up on there, I think I want them right, like kind of angled like this. So before you put this in there, you wanna get these ready, because this is faced up inside your car, and it is going to be such a bitch to get these hoses in there if you do it after the fact. So you're better off just clamping it in there and getting everything up in there at once, and then you ain't gonna worry. So these we're gonna hold and tie in. All right, pretty solid. The way this goes in there, it's gonna be like this. It's gonna sit in there at top, like that. And then my thermostat's gonna go in here. And it gives you these little screws, so you can then block off one side that you don't need. So I'm gonna block off this bottom one. I don't need it. Thermostat's gonna go on the side here. I'd like to show you guys everything that's going on, but it's kind of hard, dude. Is there a way you can get to these? You want to bring them towards the front of the bumper. Alright, dude, we're taking the bumpers off, boys and girls. Fuck that, just homeboys and goons. And the goonerols, dude.
Hell yeah, dude.
Because we're gonna feed the oil lines to the front, you know what I'm saying? And I can't feed the lines to my brother because we can't see what the fuck's going on because this is here. And I also need to install my tow hook. So let's hope I don't forget that. If I forget that, that's the third time I've taken the bumper off and forgot to install my tow hook. But we just don't ever plan on using it, you know what I mean? Because we're gangster like that, but you should have one on. Oh, I got a pretty dope surprise to share with y'all too. Made a pretty irresponsible purchase yesterday, but much needed in my opinion. Definitely needed, definitely convenient. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So I had a few beers. I cut way back on drinking, so that's why I'm kind of like working on this out of frame, so I'm not paying attention right now. But I do miss drinking a few beers with the boys and working on the car, you know what I mean? Sometimes it's nice to just use an open wrench. I'm always using all these fancy tools we got nowadays. Sometimes it's nice to just do a good old classic wrench. So after 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 bolts, your bumper is good to come off when you have modified it like a race car. And by modifying, I mean cut off a bunch of shit.
That's the sound of an alcoholic right there.
Bad man, big boy. Give me a big boy. Very nice light. You got that?
Whatever, dude.
You got that, bro?
You got that, bro?
Do you know there's more race cars than your brother getting you a Dos Equis? Taking bumpers off? So those lines where I want them to go pretty much go.
So from the top,
Like from here. So we're gonna have them feed from probably here, side, and then come up. We'll have space to bring, so we're gonna bring them up to here.
okay.
Well, where are you putting the? Are you putting it in front of the?
The radiator thing's gonna come right here.
Yeah, it's gonna be right here, right?
Yeah.
Shut up, bro.
So let's try to feed those lines through. Oh, fucking balls, dude. What the fuck? This bunch of shit just fell on my face, in my mouth. And it's just like dried oil. Can you give me a little needle pleasers? Little needle pliers. Needle pleasers. Baby. Look at this. So this is a sensor. And it just had this heat strap around it. The whole thing was corroded with this all the way around. I couldn't even plug it. You see that, guys? You see that, chat? This thing was corroded with fucking heat wrap. So the guy probably broke the clip and tried taping bullshit around it. And then
Covered, not corroded.
here we are. No, covered.
You
And
said corroded.
Oh, well, because it got corroded after a while.
Yeah.
Because it was just tape.
Yeah.
He's got Teflon tape on here. Like, why is everyone? You don't need that on everything, bro. People are wild. We got an issue. Here's my thermostat. Look at this. There it is.
Nice.
It's too big for the thing that I showed this thing. for this thing. Here, hold the tubes. It's too big for this thing.
I thought it was too small.
No, the hole is too small. Don't fit.
Problems I never had.
So I'm gonna, excuse me. So I'm gonna have to drill this hole bigger. But I gotta go to Ace Hardware and see what size. I gotta see what size. I gotta see what size this fucking thing is. All right, so we'll be back. Dude, are most YouTubers like short as hell or something? Trying to get me in the frame is quite the fucking hassle. So day 3. First night I did just the camber kit. Second day I went to do the external oil cooler, and what you'll see when you do that, you'll pull out your stock oil temperature sensor. It's pretty big, and when you order something like this, which is the whole adapter that's gonna go to, let me turn down this real quick. When you order this guy, which will connect above the oil filter, you have a little plug right here, little screw for your oil temp sensor. The stock one doesn't fit in here, so I had to go to Improved Racing and buy a new oil temp sensor. It's a 1/4 inch NPT. NPT is National Pipe Fitting, or is it NPF? No, it's NPT. I think I'm pretty sure it's National Pipe Fitting though, or something. I don't know. But basically what that means is it contours, like the hole gets bigger or smaller as it goes in. See what I'm saying? You're gonna need to get that sensor regardless if you get one of these, whether you buy the Improved Racing one or you get an eBay one, because the plug where that sensor comes from, you unplug it, it needs to be a lot longer for it to fit in this. And Improved Racing, their sensor, and you don't have to get it from Improved. I saw other ones from other sites, same shit. When it'll fit, it should fit in here, because based off the eBay ad, this is 1/4 or a 1/4 inch, so it should fit. And then it has a much longer cable for the plug, so I should have a lot more play here to make it work, get everything plugged in. So what we're doing today is what I ordered. So when I ordered the eBay thing, it's so funny because on the photos it shows like these 90-degree adapters, but then on this side it only does a straight edge, which that's not going to be good. So on Amazon I ordered these guys. Fits perfect. These are 10, whatever they call the size of these pipes, or the size of these fucking cables, they're 10. So I don't know what they go by, but I can tell you these are 10. And yeah, I'll link the cooler kit that I bought so you guys can see, like, if it works. I'll make sure it works first, and then I'll link it in the description. So I'll try it out this weekend I'm racing. If it works, I'll probably have the video uploaded after the fact. I'll then put this link in there because I only paid 150 bucks for it, and that's a pretty banging deal, considering how much a name brand one is. Ooh, Improved Racing oil cooler. Yeah, I'm cool with eBay, bro. And I think this stuff was made in America or maybe made in China. I don't know. I'd have to double check there, brother. So I don't think I really need to show you guys me putting these in. Pretty fucking straightforward. And this is so now when because these cables are probably gonna come from the top, and then I'll have the 90-degree, boom, and it's gonna go right to the top of that the little radiator thing where it's actually gonna suck in the air to cool down the oil. So right there. So I'm gonna get these installed. Where we're gonna come back for you guys is actually mounting the oil cooler. You'll see like the little radiator part of it. That's where I think I'll get back. So I'm gonna get this installed at the bottom. You guys have already seen in the previous video how much of a pain in the ass it is to get up there. If you want to see exactly how you get these in there and whatnot, I tried my best to show you guys, but the camera for me, since I don't have a car lift, is really hard. It's a pain in the ass. So just look up, there's this guy, watch, look up a C5 Improved Racing oil in cooler install, or external oil in cooler install. And there's a guy that's doing an Improved Racing one. It's like an hour long. No hate, but it's a long fucking video. Dude, I've watched a lot of it. Watch that and you'll see step by fucking step on how this shit is done. That's where I got some pointers, and then my mechanic homies. But take a look at that, and yeah, they'll give you some more answers to your questions if my video did not fulfill it. I don't know where this is gonna mount. Cause I took out the little foam bumper thing. You guys will still have a little fucking like manufactured bumper protector, or God, that's bright. So if you were to collide with somebody, it would actually have there's a piece of foam in there that's supposed to take some of the impact.
Really? There's no more slack on that?
Oh shit, thumbnail. That's my, I'm gonna say eBay oil cooler. So I ran the one hose. You have your motor mount. I ran them both on motor mounts right here. That's all I'm gonna tell you. You got the fucking driver's side motor mount, passenger motor mounts right here. Back of the car, front of the car. I ran the hoses around, so it would have been on the left side. I left the one the way it is because it's long enough. One of the hoses are shorter because it connects to the closer side of it, so they just, to save, you know, packaging and materials cost, one's shorter. So I take that one and I move it on the inside of the motor mount. That now is close to the belt, so you gotta be careful with the zip tie that shit. But the issue I'm having now is this one, this hose was the top hose. So that hose is coming down, right? And this one somehow got mixed over. So now it's back at the very front. They're crisscross, and it's taking up more space than what that was supposed to do in fixing it. So I essentially made more of an issue trying to fix the issue. Damn it. Don't cheap out on these fucking roller things because the wheels suck, dude. I went to Harbor Freight. You know, Harbor Freight stuff lasts about a year. You know, this is like a two-person job. Yeah. I wish my little brother would like want to help, and I'd have to ask him. Dude, I call this Chris guy every fucking time I'm working on my car, which is like every week. This dude's probably like, why the fuck did I give this guy my number? Honestly, with how fucking tight it is right there, I won't even have to bolt it down. I could throw some zip ties in there, but I think it's not moving. Look at that. Pretty solid. Last minute shit to get the car ready. We're getting the cooler on finally. Had to order some extra fucking shit. have it. Got my ducking on the side. Boom. Air's gonna suck right through there on the bottom. Go to the radiator. Oil cooler is right here. Yes, I do wish my oil cooler was lifted up a little bit. These, what I use for my ducting on the sides, if you still have the little flapper, the little air dam on the bottom of your Corvette, that's what I used. And same thing, I use that same thing for all of my airflow. The thing in the back that you guys saw, where I have the bolts pinned down, where I had to cut for the hoses to fit in, that's from that air dam. Even the side pieces, that's from my air dam. The radiator flap that you have, I just cut that and folded it up to block the top side. None of my ducking I purchased. It's all from the stock radiator box and from the stock air dam. If you have all of those pieces, there's no reason you need to spend $200 for fucking, I've seen them on, I think 9 Lives has them. I think they're like, I may be completely wrong, but I think they're a couple $100 just to block off the sides, which is fucking diabolical, dude. It's crazy. Oil cooler is installed. I still gotta get the temp in, the temp sensor. That's gonna come tomorrow, and then close these off. Probably just gonna use some masking tape in the meantime for this weekend. And other than that, I think it looks pretty sharp. Got my tow hook in too. Check that out. Pretty good. Don't ever plan on using it, but I guess it's good I have one. Like, why install one if you never have the intentions of using it? You know what I'm saying? Front end's huge makeover. If I think about just a couple months ago, dude, all this was just stock. There was no this, none of this, no this. The license plate thing was still here. No little tow hook. Like, the front end's starting to look like a race car. The hood vents. I'm hoping with this, if it works and there's no leaks, that's the thing I'm most scared about. I'm really hoping it just works, because I have to race in like 3 days. If it just works, I'm gonna put the link in the bio. And another thing is, this thing should run like a champ. My biggest issue right now is the oil temperature gets too hot, so if I can fix that with this and it doesn't happen no more, it's pretty good. The next thing I'll probably be looking at is an actuator for the oil pressure. So some of the guys at the track tell me I need to get that, so that'll be next probably. But that's it, broskies. I'm beat. Catch you on the next one. So I got my part. I'm just going to show you guys so you can see how important this is. So this is the temp sensor for my oil. Remember, I got that new piece that I showed you that came with the oil cooler kit. That goes above the oil filter. And then this is my temp sensor that I was trying to plug into it. You can see why now it won't plug into it, because look how, so this is the one I got off of Improved Racing. So first of all, look at the extension it gives you. This one just has a plug. You will have no room trying to plug this in there. You need the extension, at least in my opinion. My car, unless yours is taped and secured differently, maybe you can, but there was no way in hell I was plugging it in. So I got the extension. It's nice, it has a little spring loaded in. And then look at this, the end of it where the sensor plugs in, it's a fine thread instead of where this one's a coarse thread. And it's a lot bigger too. Look at the size difference. So, and they're both NPT threaded still, or I think it's NPT, National Pipe Fitting, NPF, I don't fucking know. But it gets bigger as it goes in. So that's all, guys. I'm gonna get this plugged in, and then I might show you a little bit of me washing the car. You guys seen it before, so we'll find out, bro. We'll see what happens.